The story starts in a company where a young man named Park is working overtime as punishment. The department head, Lee Mi-young, is also staying late to make sure he works hard and doesn't slack off, although she's busy with her own tasks. She always keeps an eye on Park, which makes him secretly angry. He blames her for forcing him to work overnight and ruining his holiday plans. But soon, he admits to himself that it was actually his fault for messing up the report, which is why she asked him to start it from scratch. Suddenly, he stops typing for a moment, and Lee Mi-young notices it. She calls him out and tells him to work faster, warning that she will make him work even more overtime if he slacks. Park quickly starts typing again, saying he will finish soon, as he doesn't want to lose his precious holiday time. Then she scolds him for resting while working and for submitting a bad report. Park immediately apologizes, promising not to make the same mistake again. He realizes that she's watching him closely, even while she works. As time goes by, he suddenly feels hungry since he has not had dinner. He looks at the remaining work and realizes that he still has a lot to do, which might take him more days and nights to finish. So he decides to get some food and asks Lee Mi-young if he can take a quick dinner break. She reluctantly agrees, and when he asks if she wants anything, she declines, saying she does not need anything. After that, he goes to a nearby restaurant to buy some food. Meanwhile, Lee Mi-young, who has already finished one report, feels tired and decides to go outside for a quick break to smoke. She steps out, smokes for about 5 minutes, and then decides to go back to her office. Just then, Park arrives and asks her why she came down. She says she just needs to clear her mind, but then she notices all the food he is holding and jokingly asks him if he's throwing a party. Park explains that the report will take 2 more days to finish, so he bought everything he needed at once. Hearing this, Lee Mi-young taunts him, saying that it shouldn't take 2 days just to fix a report. However, he stays quiet because he doesn't want to argue with her, since she's his senior. They both walk to the elevator, waiting in silence. Park is fed up with Lee Mi-young's attitude and wonders why she acts like that when she's so beautiful. Suddenly, she asks him if he pressed the button to call the elevator. Realizing he forgot, Park quickly presses the button and apologizes for getting distracted. The elevator arrives, and as they step inside, Lee Mi-young taunts him again, reminding him not to forget to press the button to go up. Park instantly assures her that he won't forget. Once inside, the elevator starts going up, but Park feels both frustrated and awkward because they are standing in silence. He thinks he should try talking to her, but suddenly the elevator stops, causing Lee Mi-young to fall to the ground. Both of them are shocked, and Lee Mi-young quickly sees the warning that the elevator is broken. She tells Park to press the emergency button since she has a lot of work to finish. He tries to press it but finds it's not working, leaving Lee Mi-young even more shocked. A few moments later, hot air starts filling the elevator, and the temperature rises quickly, making it feel like a sauna. They both take off their jackets to cope with the heat, but it doesn't help much. Park is secretly happy to be close to Lee Mi-young, but then she suddenly says she needs to pee. They start shouting and banging on the elevator doors for help, but no one responds. Park tries to call for help on his phone, but he has no signal. Lee Mi-young, looking uncomfortable, tells Park that she urgently needs to go to the bathroom and asks him what she should do in this situation. Park is shocked and thinks about what they can do. He holds up a water bottle and suggests that he will drink the water, and then she can use the empty bottle. Hearing this, Lee Mi-young gets shocked and asks him if he is suggesting that she pee in a plastic bottle. Park tells her they have no other choice, and if she doesn't use the bottle, she will have to be on the floor. Lee Mi-young hesitates, feeling embarrassed, but then Park asks her if she has a better solution. After thinking for a moment, she reluctantly agrees to use the bottle. Park starts drinking from the bottle to empty it, but he's drinking too slowly. Impatient, Lee Mi-young tells him to hurry up. Finally, he finishes the water, and as soon as she sees the empty bottle, she asks him to hand it over. However, Park pauses for a moment and then, out of nowhere, demands an apology from her for always ignoring and criticizing him. He firmly says that if she doesn't apologize for her past behavior, he won't give her the bottle. This makes Lee Mi-young angry, and she warns him that she will make him pay for this once they are out of the elevator. But Park stands his ground, insisting she apologize or he won't give her the bottle. Feeling the pressure and unable to hold it any longer, she finally agrees and says sorry for everything she has done in the past. Satisfied, he hands her the bottle and turns around to give her privacy. Just then, she asks him to cover his ears too, saying it would be more comfortable for her since the sound is so embarrassing. Park agrees and puts his hands over his ears. Meanwhile, Lee Mi-young's anger keeps surging because she is annoyed with Park's behavior. Park also feels nervous about being stuck in this situation, and out of curiosity, he looks back to get a glance. To his surprise, he finds her looking unexpectedly cute. though he's not sure why. Suddenly, he notices that his sword is out, which shocks him. Just then, Lee Mi-young finishes and tells him that now it's okay to turn around, apologizing for the chaos inside the elevator, embarrassed. Park doesn't turn around. She gets impatient and steps closer to make him face her, but she is shocked by what she sees. Angrily, she asks him how he ended up in this situation. Park stammers, trying to make excuses, but he can't explain it. Lee Mi-young then realizes it might be because of the heat, which has also made their clothes a bit transparent. She then notices that Park's shirt is soaked with sweat, revealing his unexpectedly muscular body, which surprises her even more. Meanwhile, Park is still embarrassed and apologizes to her for the sword, but Lee Mi-young seems lost in thought. He asks her if she's listening, and suddenly she snaps out of her thoughts, asking what's going on. Seeing this, he wonders if she's really that shocked by the sword, and worries if she might even tell others. He apologizes again, but she tells him it's okay, saying it could have happened by mistake. Relieved, Park asks if she's really accepting his apology, and she says she is. Then, Lee Mi-young sits down on the floor, realizing they are just wasting time waiting for help. She tells him to sit and rest too. Park agrees and says he is fine standing, but eventually he also sits down as the heat is getting unbearable. Meanwhile, Lee Mi-young still can't stop thinking about the sword, and wonders if its size matters. But then she quickly brushes off the thought, realizing she is overthinking. She suggests they take off some more fabric to cool down, and after they do, they feel a bit more comfortable. But then Park accidentally notices her big melons, which causes his sword situation to reappear, making him turn away to hide it. Noticing this, Lee Mi-young asks if the sword is back, and Park admits that he is having trouble stopping it. Then she reassures him that it's a common reaction, but finds herself drawn to it too. After that, they sit quietly for a while, but eventually, Lee Mi-young gives in to her curiosity and asks if she can play with the sword. Hearing this, Park gets surprised, and then the game starts. This video ends here. Thanks for watching. Don't leave without subscribing, as further parts of this manhwa will be published soon. Also, you can watch more amazing manhwa recaps on our channel.